The origin of television can be traced to a Russo-German inventor named Paul Nipkow, who was working on the device as early as 1884. In the early 1920s, a Russian immigrant to the United States named Vladimir Zvorkin developed an electronic scanning system. In 1923, he patented his iconoscope, a television camera tube that became the basis of modern picture transmission. Philo Farnsworth, considered the father of television, demonstrated his first closed-circuit system when he was 21 years old.
Alan Dumont developed the first high-quality picture tube. In April of 1939, RCA made its public debut of television at the New York World's Fair. World War II nearly halted the growth of television. In 1946, the United States government lifted its ban on the manufacturing of new television sets. Between 1949 and 1951, the year of the first coast-to-coast broadcast, the number of television sets jumped from 1 million to more than 10 million. By 1958, 523 stations were on the air, and nearly 47 million television sets existed.
TV means a lot of things to a lot of different people. What does television mean to you?
It has meant opening my eyes to what's going on all around the world at a moment's notice.
I just kind of look at it more as entertainment and just a form of relaxation where I can kind of look at my own life and go, well, I guess things aren't so bad.
It's a good source of entertainment and a good source of information.
I think it does a lot of good things.
It kind of showed me how families should be, like the Brady Bunch.
I like to compare my life with the Happy Lives on TV, and I like to see how they solve all their problems in about like 1 hour or half hour.
It's an important part of my life.
It's an escape for me.
And I can do anything I want with TV now. It's kind of like one of your main focal points.
I'm a TV-holic. I sit and watch TV 4 or 5 hours a night.
Cool.
Just leave your brain at the door and go watch.
If I just got nothing to do for 15 minutes or something like that, or just want to relax for a minute, I can sit down with the remote control in my hand, turn on the TV, and I can probably find something that I'll pass the time with.
I think it kind of teaches me.
Violence, nudity, language, all have been a part of my children's life, perhaps earlier than I might have wanted.
I pretty much watch TV a lot, and I think that it doesn't influence me at all.
Probably the way television influences me, and I think the way it influences most people, is it subtly, it influences our attitudes.
So it's got a major influence on how people react.
When kids are really young and they're watching violent shows, they turn out to probably become really violent as they're getting older.
I think television influenced me growing up, perhaps more than it does now.
They see so much out there anyway, it's hard to censor anything.
Maybe that's the downside.
A lot of things become acceptable in our society a lot faster than they ever would have because of the power of television to convey ideas, different ideas.
That's a scary feature that television is so strong, and I only see it becoming stronger.
Lots of these things that would influence me can't influence me now because I'm just a kid and I can't do anything about it.
Our lifestyles are a lot more influenced by television than anything else.
Television is an influence for me as far as news goes. I'm a big newsmonger.
It changes our attitudes whether we want it to or not.
Unfortunately, I don't think a lot of people do that. I think they do take these things at face value.
We see the same messages over and over and over again.
The media will start to figure out ways where they can kind of stay away from the bias involved and present just the facts without a lot of the emotional delivery.
The Gulf War coverage was fascinating.
The Gulf War, I think, had a shattering effect on the public.
In some ways, the media diminishes the value or the importance of these events, and in other ways, it heightens the reality of it.
They had it on a lot, and some of the things that they put on it just kind of scared other people.
It was just unfathomable to be able to watch a war taking place live like that. That was the first time the American people had ever been confronted with anything like that. A war forced into your TV, forced into your backyard.
We all knew it was coming. We just didn't know when.
Vietnam was our first televised war, but this Gulf War, that was the first one that was live on TV. I mean, we saw it as it happened.
It didn't seem real.
Most everything on TV is a fantasy. Nothing's real. And then you see a war going on, and that is real.
We watch television every night, and we see violence every night in some form, and the guy gets shot, and he's dead, and he's bleeding, and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, we basically know it's drama, and this actor's going to get up, get his paycheck, and walk away.
Whether it seemed real or not, I was still glued. I was glued to the TV set. I didn't want to stop watching.
You could not ignore the fact that there was a major war going on that we were involved in.
The whole reason that we've been able to spread out as far as we have is because of the advancements that have been made technologically, and part of that is in news dissemination.
I don't think it's going to break up community. In fact, I think it's going to bring everybody a lot closer.
There's a lot of things on the horizon for television.
I mean, everything is going to be done through that tube. I really do believe that.
It won't be something that you'll sit down and watch. It'll be something that you participate in.
The strides that are being made are so fast and so extreme, kind of mind-boggling what is possible and what they're going toward.
Television is going to change its form drastically.
We're really on the edge of something big here. It's going to change a lot.
It's likely to be interfaced to your home computer.
I don't know where it's going.
I think it will have more shows and more graphics and more sound effects.
Just where I'm going.
Although Kelvin Dicroix committed suicide in 1968, penniless and basically unknown, people everywhere are making a living from his misfortune today. Distributors, theater owners, movie rental outlets, this news organization, me, and of course filmmakers everywhere, have capitalized from this one man's death. I guess we all owe Kelvin Dicroix a long overdue round of applause. Thank you, Kelvin Dicroix. Okay, cut.
In-depth report on dead people who have been exploited after their death. Coming up next, Matt Rattinger will highlight this year's top home-viewed video cassette rentals.
I was supposed to be a boy named Thomas.
Mic check, level check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So rich, so flavorful. It doesn't lose its flavor in cooking.
You all have to have a dream.
Sleeping in the garden of your dreams.
Well, I boycott all music approved by Tipper Gore. And I boycott the president because he doesn't boycott war. And I boycott Pepsi, but I forgot what for. And I boycott hospitals when their medical waste shows up on the shore. And I boycott Beatrice products even though I'm not sure what they produce. And I boycott Gillette because they institute bunny rabbit abuse. And I boycott GE because they make nuclear weaponry. And I boycott Led Zeppelin because I think Robert Plant sings horribly. And I boycott Folgers because they exploit the Colombian coffee picker. And I boycott fur because of something I read on a bumper sticker. And I boycotted work last week because I had to attend a political rally. And I boycott tuna fish because I was told to by Kirstie Alley because I'm self-righteous, pretentious, and politically correct. My views are slightly to the left of Karl Marx and Bertolt Brecht. And I've even considered joining a Buddhist sect. And it's so hard dealing with the fact that our earth is nearly wrecked.